Hello guys, sorry about that slight delay. I am Sona and my co-caster today is CrusaderKitten. What's up, Kitten?
Hello everybody and welcome to the High School Star League of Legends fall season for the first season. So fall semester actually of season 1 here. And that was we're starting off here with the group stages. It's a round robin for 12 weeks. We have 15 groups, I think, no 16 groups of 15 teams, and the top 2 from each group advance onto the winter playoffs. So anyways, we already got into the picks and bans of this game, and this game would be Guilderland High School on the blue team and Staten Island Technical High School on the red/purple team here. So we've already got an underway picks and bans, like I said. And Sona show got Jarvan banned out, so as well as Corki, Blitzcrank, and Thresh. So these are pretty much standard bans, I think.
Yeah, I'm just really sorting out overlay slightly in the wrong position. Sorry about that, guys. Being across in England means that I have to cast some European tournaments at the same time.
Staten Island is blue team. My bad.
Staten Island is on the blue side. Did you say she was? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, definitely on the blue side, guys. We see a few picks and bans coming out already. Sona, Cho'Gath, Jarvan being banned out here by the Staten Island Technological High School, so that's the Siths for short. And Corki, Blitzcrank, and Thresh being banned out by Guilderland High School. A few of the picks have come in as well, Crusader. What do you think about these picks?
These picks so far looking pretty interesting so far for Staten Island. We're actually having the Draven switch up here. It was going to be Ashe, but now we're going to be seeing Draven and Leona going down into that bottom lane, as well as Lee Sin looking to be going up into that, maybe jungle, maybe top lane. Don't really know just yet. So really interesting picks coming off here. Draven, definitely one of those 80 carries that fell out of a lot of favor after that passive change to him. Really just reducing a lot of that early game power, which is what Draven was mostly picked for.
It's going to be interesting to see how that bot lane works, especially with it's such an aggressive lane, Draven Leona. Like, you go in with your Zenith Blade and you use Draven's spinning axis to be able to get a lot of damage down, but as you said, the fact that he doesn't apply a bleed anymore really means that he's not able to do as much damage in the lane, especially not getting those extra critical strikes. I'm interested by the fact that Leona doesn't have a summoner name. I think
that's probably that's the guy we're looking at with like letters.
Oh yes, he's got some odd letters in his summoner name, so it's probably why it's not showing up.
Oh no, we actually should figure out a name. Let's call him Blank.
Okay, so
that's kind of what it is. Anyways,
anyway,
Leona, and we do have picks here for Guilderland High School.
Yeah, I see the Zac and the Brand pick coming up. Zac quite a common pick these days because he's so effective in the jungle. His passive was recently nerfed. They changed the distance on which you could pick up his blob storm, so he's a bit out of favour in the top lane because he can get contested. His extra health can get contested quite easily, but he's really, really strong in the jungle. He's got a lot of gank pressure. He's got a lot of early map pressure as well. Brand, what do you think of this pick, Kitten?
Brand, definitely an interesting pick. We've seen it before, I think. Did we see it at all in the finals?
I can't remember seeing it. It's possible that it was picked up.
I felt like I've seen it. I also seen it earlier today in solo queue, but Brand is really just an interesting champion. Honestly, don't see him play too much, but he does have a good stun that can come out of him hitting the one of his abilities, and then hitting the Q, the Seer, onto a champion and just get that stun. He also have really nice bounces, especially like when someone comes in to gank onto you, and you can throw out the pyroclasm and the bounces in between the two champions, or some minions if you're unlucky. The bounces between those two champions can really put up a lot of burst. So I really do like this Brand pick coming into here, actually. It's a very interesting pick. However, Fizz being picked up to counter out this Brand. Fizz is just so strong versus Brand. Brand not having any natural gap closes, and Fizz is like such a mobile champion. He can dodge out of stun, he can dodge out of any of those abilities that come out from Brand. And I do really like this Fizz pick into this Brand. And we also have this last pick, which is the Rengar. So we might be seeing Rengar top lane. Sona, what do you think of that?
Rengar top lane can be really strong, but because he's not seen that often, people don't really know how to play against him or even on the same team as him. Like, I would be interested to see if the Guilderland High School team know what they're doing with the Rengar top lane, because his passive his ultimate side, Thrill of the Hunt, allows you to get a lot of movement speed and become invisible for a bit, but it does now warn the enemy team that you are in the vicinity and you have activated it. Take off these summoner spells here, and we're going to have a quick look down both of the teams. There aren't really any majorly unusual picks, but a couple that I want to look at are Light of Divinity, playing this Fizz, has picked up Barrier Ignite. Common Fizz picks, but the fact that he doesn't have that flash really means he's going to have to be careful enough in lane to use his Playful Trickster to get out of ganks rather than trying to initiate them. Rengar, Sanozota 04, picking up Ghost Ignite, and that's really strong in the top lane because it allows him to move around team fights really quickly and get back into lane really quickly if he wants to use it for that purpose. Not usually used for that, but you can do it. But it does mean that if a nice gank comes up from Lee Sin, or if Shen manages to land a Shadow Dash nicely, he doesn't have that flash, he doesn't have the ability to dodge a Sonic Wave or something like that as well as he would do if he did have that flash.
Yeah, so as we are into this 3-minute spectator delay, we can go ahead and look over at those summoner spells. And we're actually seeing the Barrier Ignite coming off from Light of Divinity on Fizz, which is, it's pretty interesting. I mean, it's definitely something we haven't seen before. You know, Fizzes love to pick this up. So, you know, they have the Barrier to be a little bit more aggressive or a little bit more defensive. And when you're playing Fizz, you don't always need that flash. You know, you already have the Playful Trickster as well as the Urchin Strike for that mobility added on to there. And speaking of mobility, there's quite a bit of mobility on the side of
Staten Island?
Staten Island Technical High School.
SIFs.
I should keep this
SIFs for short, mate.
Yeah,
SIFs.
Yeah, SIFs. That's their abbreviation here. Anyways,
Yeah.
quite a bit of mobility. Having no Fizz, of course, the jumps, Lee Sin being one of the most mobile champions into the game. Shen, Global Pressure. Yona has the Zenith Blade. And I'm actually a little bit surprised that we saw Zach coming through these picks and bans.
Yeah, I mean, Zach's been
Usually
really...
Usually he's banned out a lot. No, what were you going to say?
Yeah, usually he's either banned out or picked out really early on. And we saw the Shen pick up early, we saw a Leona pick up early, and on the other side, I think it was Lulu Caitlyn with the first couple of picks. And it's not common to see a Zach get around to the sort of the third level of picks.
Yeah.
I'm also interested by the fact that in the European meta, or like if you look at the sort of the high level LCS games in Europe, you have a lot of Kassadin bans coming out, a lot of also Twisted Fate bans. It's sort of fallen down a little bit now, but I'm interested to see that a Kassadin hasn't been banned out and nor has it been picked. I don't know if that's just because it's an American thing or whether you think that's been just looked over in this game.
No, I think it's just he's not the most feared champion, I don't think. Of course, like when you see a play that's actually like remember Zergo from like the grand finals of Summer Tournament. Zergo, he's playing like the cast and he was really strong, and then it forced to ban out. I think the cast is like one of those chances where people are like, oh, you know, he plays a lot of Caston, but you know, it's like I don't think Caston's gonna be scared. We can just play someone to counter him out. I think they don't realize how scary Caston can actually be, you know, getting that mobility coming off from him. So I think it's just something that they didn't really think about. And actually, we can call this Lee Sin Pentabox because he has 5 boxes.
Either Pentabox or blank. Which would you prefer to
I like
call this Sith?
Pentabox.
Okay.
Pentabox comes out a lot cooler.
We could always go for sort of a Jedi-based name or a Sith-based name and call him like Darth Boxius or...
That's so long though, like, I don't think I can do that.
Darth Boxius comes in for the Sonic Wave.
Stop. No, stop, please, no.
I think it would work.
I don't think I can let that roll off my tongue, dude.
Obviously, I'm just a better play-by-play caster than you are.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be really interested in what happens at level 1 in this game because we see the Siths team have gone for what is a very strong level 1 team. Spinning Axes coming out from Draven. If Lee Sin decides to go for his Sonic Wave Resonating Strike combination, you can get a lot of damage down, especially since it's based on percentage health remaining is the Resonating Strike. Leona, stun, either the Shield of Daybreak or the Zenith Blade early on. Shen can take the Shadow Dash as well. There's just a really, really strong level 1 team. However, on the Guilderland team, Brand, you can't get a stun off at level 1. Yes, you can use the Pillar of Flame to sort of scout out where things are happening. Zac can take Elastic Slingshot, not that commonly done, however. Caitlyn, take the Yordle Snap Traps, does give you a bit of vision. They have okay ability to gain vision of the map, but they don't really have a good level 1 engaged team.
Yeah. A lot of those champions on the side of Staten Island do need those combos to come out, to actually have like a stronger engage. And of course, Brand, he has his any ability plus his Q, you can get a stun off. Rengar, he needs multiple abilities to build up Ferocity. Caitlyn, of course, is going to need something other than just like Snapchats to place down. She'll need some other thing there. And then Lulu, of course, she's okay, but it's always good to have like the multiple CCs that you can put out on some of your multiple like health or shields or health multipliers. Anyways, we're into game here, and first, right off the bat, we are seeing this Lee Sin picking up that Doran's Blade.
Yeah, and I was looking at Odd One streaming the other day, and he said the reason he goes Doran's Blade early is just for the extra damage. If he expects either to be counter-ganked or to counter-gank, he will go Doran's Blade. Gives you a bit of extra damage early on, and it really means that you can fight well in the jungle early, especially if you're mid laner and top laner, or assuming you're going in for the red invade. If they can't get up there, you can actually fight by yourself. We actually see the Sith's team going into this bush, and Cyanota might be a bit AFK. He's actually decided to back away. But there's the Ghost used. Yeah, really, really not helpful.
A Ghost used right off the back. That's not gonna be too good. I mean, I wouldn't expect him to have to use it early. Unless, of course, Lee Sin early game comes in there. However, at least he's able to get out of there very well alive. Or very much alive.
Yeah. And we see like Guilderlands are sort of, they almost went in for that red buff, decided to just place a ward on it there, and they backed away towards their own blue. The fact that Rengar got out alive is really helpful for them, but his Ghost is now on cooldown. That's a really long cooldown to lose. It's still got 170 seconds, so about 3 minutes on that. What do you think the Sith's team is going to do to try and counteract the fact that he's now used that Ghost?
Sorry, could you repeat your question?
What do you think they're going to do now that he's used that Ghost?
I think an early Zakin could come up. I think he'll always have a little bit of an advantage over Shen, just up in this top lane, being a bit better of a trader, I think. Without the Ghost, I mean, it's not too long of a cooldown. It's not like a huge cooldown like Flash would be. Yeah. So I actually think he'll be okay. I mean, as long as he doesn't get into too big of a crazy situation at the beginning. So yeah, I think he'll be okay after that. However, we're also seeing Light Divinity. He started off with an Elixir of Fortitude, which is a really interesting start on any champion now. Just because Elixir of Fortitude, any champion that's not a super strong early game like Zed or Lee Sin, because of course the cost was increased, as well as the cost was increased, and especially on this, because I wasn't expecting to go too aggressive, in the early levels where Elixir Fortitude is much stronger.
Yeah, I mean, Elixir Fortitude, a barrier ignite fizz is actually a relatively common pickup, just because you get the extra sort of damage coming down, and it's actually going to gank.
Lane, the stun came out. There is the last thing job, but barrier does come off. You're able to block off a lot of damage.
And there's a gank going down in the bot lane.
There's another gank coming down the barrier onto Yeti here. And they were able to do quite a number. However, Pentabox did get pretty low after that one. Probably will have to back after this. And you have to be a little bit careful of that. But already some early action coming off around this game. Looks like TLA Phoenix actually wants to get a gank up onto Silver here. Not going to be able to, though.
And I mean, the great thing about a Zac pickup versus Leona is just how much strength you have in that versus Lee Sin, is how much strength you have in the early game. He's got a lot of ability to get into ganks in positions that usually wouldn't see him. Engage in mid lane though.
Yeah, the Q does miss, but the Pillar of Flame does not. There's lots of trading coming up, and First Blood does go over to Light Divinity. He does go down, however, to that Brand passive. He was able to dodge off of the Seer stun, however, not out of that Pillar of Flame. Took quite a bit of damage from that, and did go down, but however, it's a First Blood just for a regular kill, so he does get a bit of extra gold over Over Ilizad there.
And there's going to be an engagement top lane.
Yep, top lane again coming in. A taunt did come off here. And looks like Rengar will be going down. I have no idea how to say his name. Meanwhile, bottom lane kills coming on. Yeti does go down to fan sites. And 3-1 now is the score after all of that action does come down.
Yeah, it looks like, sounds like a plan. Just got in that bush, managed to land the Zenith Blade onto TLA Yeti, and just such an easy kill when you've got that high burst damage, especially at level 3 or level 4. Like, the Shield of Daybreak into the Eclipse, sorry, the Zenith Blade into the Shield of Daybreak into an Eclipse is so much damage. And we look at it, you said that Elixir of Fortitude was an interesting pick there on Light of Divinity, but it helped him get that kill, because Fizz does quite a lot of auto attack damage early game, especially if you've got that Sea Stone Trident activated, giving you that little bit of extra damage and inflicting grievous wounds on your opponent. So I'd be interested to see how he decides to build. He has gone for the Amplifying Tome, and we see Rise actually, Brand, Ilizad, they're going for the Ruby Crystal. Now, what do you think of that first item, Ruby Crystal? Because that's not a common mid lane pickup.
Yeah, I mean, he could be going for the Haunting guys, but he's going to be losing off on a lot of early game damage. Of course, Brand doesn't have that much early game damage. He might just be wanting to go some defense to counter out that Fizz. We just saw the trade going in favor of Light of Divinity because he's just able to dodge out of those abilities. So maybe Ilizad is recognizing the fact that, you know, if I build AP, Fizz still has a huge chance to dodge out my abilities. So I'm probably won't be able to do too much damage to him. And actually, the fish does go down. Light of Divinity going under the tower right when he hit level 6. He Playful Trickster picks up this kill now. Phoenix is around, but I'm not sure if he can chase after this when the slow does come off. Here comes the elastic slingshot. He dodges out of it. He's heading backwards though. And he might, let's see how if he can escape out of this. He's actually might be deciding to duel. He does go down to Phoenix though. Not able to duel that out quite as well as I think he would have guessed there, so.
That was so close. Like, I think if he'd had his Playful Trickster back up, he probably would have won that fight, but just didn't quite have it off cooldown, so he wasn't able to jump back up, avoiding the auto attacks from Zac and being able to jump back down onto him. I understand why he went for the tower. Actually, it's going to be engaged in top lane now. Yep,
there's a Shadow Dash coming off. That's going to be Season Oda going down once again. Obviously, not having that good of a top lane right now. Just gave Pentabox 2 kills there, so.
Oh, engaging bot lane here.
Bottom lane, Yeti. There is a stun coming off. Lots of damage onto Yeti. Standing side also came off. He was full health at the beginning of that, and now brought down to about a few health bars there. So has to be afraid of the next combo that can really come out of the bottom lane for Guilderland High School.
We've been looking at how this Brand plays against this Fizz, and it's as if when Fizz jumps on him with that Playful Trickster or with the Urchin Strike, he just seems to put all of his skills down where he thinks Fizz is going to end up, and it doesn't quite work out for him because he's missing his Pillar of Flame. His Seer has probably hit.
Another fish coming in, and actually the Shed Ultimate coming in as well. Gonna get that gank off Light of Divinity with another kill. He's level 7. And Ilizad only level 5.
Engaging bot lane.
The kill onto Nivy. Here comes Phoenix with the Let's Bounce. Exhaust goes onto Yeti. They're trying to get at him. 90 caliber net away.
Solar Flare.
They're bursting her down. However, sounds like Plan does go down. Yeti had the barrier. Will Yeti go down though? Yes, he will. Killing spree now.
Here comes Shen and Lee Sin though.
Yeah, Shen and Lee Sin are coming in. Flash Tot does not hit. Phoenix, however, still going to be going on actually into the Cell Division form, but he's going to be going down here. Just with the roaming coming off from Pentabox as well as Silver there. Fan sites now on a rampage 4-0.
Yeah, they gave him that last kill there on the Zac, and that's just so massive. And Light of Divinity is actually going to get caught.
He failed to play for Trickster over the wall. He does throw on the barrier. Ignite's coming off. Season Dota able to pick up that kill. That Playful Trickster. He tried to go over the wall and he went right back.
No, but he didn't. He didn't see Rengar there. I thought exactly the same as you did, but Rengar used this Thrill of the Hunt ultimate, had gone invisible, right? The Fizz jumped across to check to see if the blue buff had been taken, jumped back thinking, oh, I'll go back into lane, and then Rengar was there, and it's like, oh no! So he got taken out by the Rengar, and because he doesn't have that flash, he wasn't able to escape from it.
Yeah, that would definitely make sense. However, even though that kill did go down, Guilderland High School was able to pick up that dragon. So now they have a 5k goal lead in this early game. They also have 5 kills up right now. The Fizz is doing well, the Draven's doing well. Shen has been very, very present in this game. Has 4 assists. So definitely very, very nice early game for Guilderland High School.
Yeah, and I think one thing that I really liked from... oh, wait, did you say nice game from Guilderland High School?
Guilderland's blue, right?
No, Siths is blue. They're going to switch around for the next fight. So Siths played it really well thus far. Guilderland is on the red side. Siths playing really well at the moment, and what I really liked is the fact that he used that Stan United early in the mid lane. He jumped onto Light of Divinity. Actually, he's going to get engaged upon here as well. In the mid lane, Light of Divinity going on to Ilizad. Yeah,
it looks like Phoenix will be able to pick up that kill. Light of Divinity not quite able to take down Ilizad, who did live there. Very, very little HP
There's
left.
a solar flare in bottom lane.
Yeah, there we go. Yeti gonna be taken out. Fanside's now unstoppable. Not gonna be going for that kill tonight. We probably don't want to take the tower too much there. However, just yet another kill on that Draven.
Silver TSV has landed the taunt in top lane. He's getting Synos at really, really low.
Yeah, Ghost coming off though. But however, the Q does land from Pentabox. Slow coming off there. However, cannot quite catch up. Bullet strike from Czanoda just to slow him down a little bit more.
It looks like TLA Phoenix might try and come into this top lane for a gank. He has got that Spirit Stone and the the red bead. What's the red bead called?
The red bead?
The red bead thing. Kindle Gem, that's the one. Here comes TLA Phoenix
Anyways,
into
top
the top
lane,
lane.
the engage coming in. They're jumping in onto Pentabox. However, the kick away from him. Phoenix is taking a lot of damage. Stand United now onto Pentabox. They're chasing after Phoenix. Gonna use that shield to take up a tower shot. Q does land on Phoenix. He will be going for it. He will pick up that kill. Shadow Dash lands onto Czanoda. Silver with that kill.
I love the fact that he used the Stan United onto Pentabox there, but there was a tiny, tiny bit of miscommunication, and you could tell that there was a tiny bit of miscommunication there because Pentabox had to actually flash in to actually have any use of the shield. If Pentabox had stayed around, Light of Divinity is going to go in mid lane now.
Yeah, they're going in for that one. Light of Divinity so low. Ignite is down to him. Ilizad was able to stay alive after that dive in.
And there's a dive in bot lane.
Oh wow! Sounded like a plan actually going down. However, the kills were traded. Fansight's able to pick up the kill there. Light Divinity has actually come down to this bomb lane. Can he get onto Na'Vi here? Fisherman versus the Yordle. He does pick it up, but the tower swoops in. Na'Vi does end up picking that kill with help from that tower. Meanwhile, actually, Phoenix gonna stop Fansight from backing, but doesn't really want to duel with that 6-0 Draven.
Yeah, Draven is so strong at the moment. Got that Bloodthirst. So here comes Pentabox in the mid lane, and Ilizad has to flash away. And you can just tell how scared he is now in that middle lane. 1-3-1, 38 CS, 12 minutes into the match. Really not performing to the level he'd like to. But we look across onto the other side, and yes, Light of Divinity has 4 kills, but he's got 5 deaths. He's really not... He's being a suicidal Fizz, and I have a friend who plays at relatively high level, and he always talks about how he knows if someone's going to be a suicidal Fizz, and it's if they build a Lich Bane first, and that is exactly what Light of Divinity's gone for. Basically, it's saying, I know I'm probably going to die, I'm just going to jump in on you and try and do as much damage as I can as quickly as possible, and let the rest of my team clean up. And they've been cleaning up really, really well thus far. A kill on Shen, 3 kills on Lee Sin, 4 kills on Light of Divinity, as we said, 6 kills on Fansights, and basically as a team, Siths is just really, really far in the lead at the moment.
Yeah, Siths is just so strong. Draven already has a Bloodthirster. Caitlyn doesn't even have boots yet. One for a pickaxe, as well as a vampiric set there, just has pieces of the build, and Fansights is already building up for that Zeal. I mean, this bottom lane is pretty much a smash from here on out. 89 CS to 61. Yo, Caitlyn, I don't even know how she's gonna be able to come in.
Here comes the engage!
But coming in, the Canonic Carbonet away, does not get stunned out from that one. The send aside comes off. Here comes Ace in the hole. Sound like a plan. We'll be able to live through that one though. Not quite enough damage there to take her out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Light of Divinity chased off by Phoenix. And it looks like Pentabox is coming in for the assist.
Yeah, a couple of things I've noticed with Sounds Like a Plan. Playing really, really well as a support. You know, he's got a couple of... I assume, has got a couple of kills for this Draven fan sites, but just a few times he's gone really, really early on in engage. There we saw Pentabox coming across, and Sounds Like a Plan flash Zenith Bladed really when just didn't quite need to go in at that point. Could have waited for Pentabox to come around the side. It wasn't warded up.
Actually, suicidal. He's under the tower, but Staten, what was that damage up to Illizad? Didn't even need that Staten power. It's a free assist there for Silver. And now they have 5 people down in this bomb area. Mid tower does go down.
Oh, Yeti's going to get caught out.
Flashing over the wall. There is the Q to Nivey. Sulfur did come down. Now Light Divinity's getting it. Picks up the kill to Nivey. Now diving onto Yeti here. And they should be able to pick this kill. The Q from Pentabox picks it up. And they were just picked up 3 kills in that time span. Maybe several towers. Silver's pushing mid. They have 4 people down bottom lane.
Here comes Phoenix though.
Onto Phoenix with the Let's Bounce. Picks up the kill. Pentabox. Oh, actually, Light Divinity goes in. Playful Trickster to get out though. And Phoenix a little bit tanky here, but he can't.
Here comes TSV from the top though.
Oh, yep, Silver has just come in. Illizad sees him, now is just scared of this. And it looks like this tower is going to live as well as that mid-inner tower. However, this dragon is up and there are pings onto that, but doesn't look like anyone wants to go for it. They're all just going to be going back to base.
What happened there, basically, was Light of Divinity managed to get that kill in mid lane. Stan United came down. It wasn't needed, but it came down. They got the tower at the same time. Silver stayed in mid lane and kept pushing that second tier. So if we actually have a quick look at that, that's gone down quite a bit of health now. It's down probably a quarter health, and from a top laner, that's really, really strong damage. When Light of Divinity got that kill, Lee Sin, Pentabox, so he was already on that blue buff, so they came across and stole that away as well, and then they could transition to the top lane, where they'd managed to get the bot lane, to the bot lane, where they managed to get the turret down already. So then, Fansites and Sounds Like a Plan could really push for that engagement onto TLA Yeti and onto Nivy. And it meant that they just had a really strong 4-man combination in that bot lane. Light of Divinity has been jumped on here in the mid lane, and he's going to engage.
Out to oh wow, the fish comes up. There's a solar flare as well. Phoenix will not be able to finish up this kill, but he's
coming from behind.
But here's CZ Zona pops right back in there from invisibility to pick up that kill. Now chasing after Sounds Like a Plan. Red buff coming in there. This looks like to be the kill. There's a bullet strike to pick it up. And that's going to be a double kill for... Wait, was it double kill or was it just 1 kill?
No, it was a double kill.
2 kills do come out here. However, Dragon has been started up here by Staten Island Technical School. High school.
Yeah,
let's go
I think Darth Boxius is a better name than Pentabox, just so we get this clear. I really enjoy it.
Oh, Yeti just got completely chunked down. Fansites with that kill. Top lane, Silver's gonna get jumped on here by Phoenix and Noda.
The problem for them chasing him is he has a Sunfire cape, so they're just gonna take damage, but they are doing quite a bit back to him at the moment.
He's not tanky enough to really just kind of run away and have him still take damage from that Sunfire cape. Let's Bounce does come off here. He does flash away. Lead comes in from Noda though, and does eventually pick up that kill. So now 4-3. And he actually has 2,500 gold to spend after all that racket coming around everywhere.
Yeah, but you look at this down the list. 1 kill, 6 assists on Shen. He's got that Negatron cloak. He's got a Vampiric Scepter. Not sure what he's building into there. Probably into a Spirit Visage with a Negatron cloak. I don't... Oh, actually into a Bilgewater Cutlass. So going for a bit of extra damage. Probably building into Blade of the Ruin King.
That's pretty interesting. As mid lane, Illizad forced to flash away from that fish. Because every time that fish has him, it's pretty much resulted in a kill.
Yeah. He has to dodge it, and basically his flashes are used just trying to get away from that, and now they know the flash is down for 5 minutes, so they can do what they want in that mid lane. We see actually Locket of the Iron Solari coming out of Lee Sin. We talked about his earlier aggression. There's going to be an engagement in bot lane.
Flash stun coming off here. Gets kicked over the wall, I think, there. However, still will be going down. Fansites with yet another kill. I think Fansites has yet to leave this bottom lane. He's literally just been farming this bottom lane, picking up kills on a Caitlyn.
Yeah. Here comes the engage into mid lane. I don't think this is smart here though by Siths, and they're going to back away from it. 2v3 under tower when it's your jungler who's built tanky and your support who's built tanky as well. One thing actually to notice is we have a Locket of the Iron Solari on the Lee Sin, and we have an Emblem of Valor as well on Leona, so perhaps a bit of miscommunication there.
Man of Command, you gotta believe in it.
If she builds Banner of Command, I will buy you a skin.
Really? Oh
yeah,
my, I hope so.
Really.
Listen, Noda is coming in down onto fan sites in this bottom lane. This is going to be Draven.
Look at the lifesteal, man.
Going down. Maybe not. The lifesteal comes off. No, Phoenix with that Senota though. So low.
He 2v1 the top laner and the jungler. Top laner who's built Blade of the Ruin King. Jungler who's got the Spirit of the Ancient Golem. Wow.
And meanwhile, Staten does come off. Fish does miss. There's a wild growth onto Illis. I will not be able to save as now Nivey is in trouble. Gets taken out. 4 people under that tower in the mid lane. Looks like they'll just go ahead and tank up this tower and take it down. 20 minutes into this game, and it's just a brutal lead for Staten Island.
It's amazing how well they have got the lead here. They're going to engage again.
Wow, under the tower yet again. There's this taunt going off onto CrusaderKitten from Silver. They're actually doing quite a bit of damage. CrusaderKitten can really not do anything here. Phoenix is trying to get them in the back, but gonna be using that last shot. Does land the knockup onto 2. Yeti getting dived by Light with Divinity. Gets pretty much 2-shotted right there. Now Light Divinity is in trouble though. There's a playful trickster. Darth Boxius was tanking up that tower for him, and looks like they'll make their escape.
Here comes
and
Draven.
Be engaged. They can put the Zac into the Cell Division form. Sounds like a plan is on the side. Just got ignited and wants to get away from that one. So now even more kills coming off, and just the team of Staten Island is so low right now.
Yeah, I mean the problem is really that they fought that entire fight without their AD carry, and they still managed just to decimate the other team. Look at Light of Divinity 2-shot Yeti, and yes, it's a squishy AD carry versus a mid laner who's really fed now. He's got that Deathfire Glass as well. Just gone back and bought that mobility boost as well coming out from him. Not a well, you can see it on Fizz just for that extra roaming, but usually you see those Sorcerer's boots coming out for the extra magic pen. But just such a strong team. Lee Sin is yet to die. Draven Fanslights has only died once, and you look at the other team, Caitlyn's died 8 times now, and yes, they had a difficult lane, yes, it was a very bursty lane in that bot lane, but they really haven't been able to play it as well as they would have wanted to, and there's an engage going to happen around the red buff here.
Yeah, Light Divinity is stunned out here. Can they take him off? They will finally be able to shut him down, as there's much more members of Guilderland's high score right here. Sounds like a plan. Will be going down. Sulfur does pick up the kill, however. And now we do see fan sites trying to run away, but HSL comes up, and he will be going down. Silver not able to block it. Now it's actually a 3-for-2 exchange going in favor of Guilderland High School. They had 5 people there versus 3.
Yeah, and the problem there for Siths was that it just didn't have their whole team there. It was silly.
Yeah.
The positioning wasn't as good as it could have been. Light of Divinity managed to use his Deathfire Glass and not have any follow-up damage on it. Like, Caitlyn got caught out a little bit, but the hilarious thing that I found actually was Draven Fanslights used his stand aside on Caitlyn, which knocked her out of the way of Chum the Waters, so she didn't get hit by it because of a teammate knocking it away. Caitlyn did use Ace in the Hole onto Fizz earlier in the fight, but he used his Playful Trickster to jump away from it and actually cancels it, puts on around a 6-second cooldown I think, and then brings it back up straight away. So the fact that Fizz dodged the earlier Ace in the Hole meant that Fanslights actually went down to it later on.
Yeah, was able to save that one up here, so some hope left here for Guilderland High School. But I mean, if it's a full 5v5 fight, it's definitely going to be going over to Staten Island here. Well, I mean, we'll just kind of have to see how this can play into the second game, of course. These are best of 2 games with the point system. So if you win 2 games, you get 3 points. If it goes 1-1, both teams get 1 point. If it goes, oh, okay, no. There's no other way it can go.
Yeah, there's no other way it can go.
Yeah, so 2-0, 3 points to one team. 1-1, 1 point for each team.
Yeah, and
very, very simple.
We look at this. Pentabox and Fanslights are going to get the 3rd dragon of the game here for Siths. That's 3,000 global gold for your team, and they are now about 14,000 gold in the lead. Light of Divinity really looks like he wants to engage.
Yeah.
So in this mid lane, he's got that Lich Bane procced. Here comes the Pillar of Flame. There's the engage here, but
going in, the Power Climb only hits 1. The Standing Knight after sounds like a plan. The Lust Bounce is coming through. However, Light of Divinity is in the back line. Takes out Illizad. Flashing sounds like the plan. Gets the stun off. There's a Shadow Dash onto 2. It's a double kill so far for Light of Divinity. And Ivy will be going down. Triple kill coming in for Light of Divinity there. And wow, just, I mean, that's what you would expect out of a team that is so far ahead versus a team that they've just been stomping in all of the lanes here. This is going to be actually the surrender vote coming in from Guilderland High School. Staten Island Technical High School will be able to pick up this first game in these, I want to see best of 2 because it's really not best of 2, but in these 2 matches.
Yeah, it did really well there. Like, they just managed to take what was an early advantage, mostly taken from the bottom lane. And yes, Leeson got a couple of good ganks in the mid lane as well. Light of Divinity sort of trading early game, got that first blood, but died at the same time. So they took a bottom lane that was really snowballing, pushed it into the late game, and I say late game, 25 minutes into the match. Just if you can get a Draven with a Bloodthirster, a Last Whisper, and a Phantom Dancer, as opposed to a Caitlyn who's got a BF sword, you're really gonna win the game. So we'll be into our second game in a couple of minutes, I think, Crusader. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll be right back with the second game, and just gonna get everything set up. But it will be the second game of Staten Island Technical High School versus Guilderland High School. First game, of course, going over to Staten Island in a really, really convincing lead.
Yeah. I'll see you guys in just a couple of minutes.